with?
What else but a hook?
Hey, so when you get hit with the right hand, then what?
Your right hand ain't shit.
Okay, we're gonna see.
Your right hand ain't shit.
Okay, cool. And you couldn't knock out Cruz, who was what?
Listen,
smaller than small. You couldn't do a lot of things.
You only got a left
You
hook.
couldn't do. You were losing to Barrios. Were you not?
You only got a left
Were you
hook.
not losing to
You're not
Barrios?
Barrios.
Were you not? Okay.
You're not
So
Barrios.
he won. So
You're not
it was. You see how I'm not even worried about it. Not even worried about it. So why'd you weight drain me? So why'd you weight drain me? So why'd you weight drain me? What? Oh, so why'd you fight at 140? I'm small. Look, I'm little. I got a little friend. Hey, you gonna?
And you got heels on.
I got heels on. Okay, and you had a purse on yesterday. Shut up. Okay, come on now. Yeah, you got one on now. Come on, man. I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna knock him out, and that's it. We'll see you April 22nd. True. Every time he shows up, he wants to look cool. Me, I got something to prove. That's the motto. He wants to look cool all the time. I'm looking deep into himself. He can't even look at me in the eyes. He got glasses the whole time. This man showed up with a purse. Look, man, come on now. Like, look at Mike. You think I'm playing with him? I'm not playing with him. You see, he touched my chin. I touched his chin. What was his? He's done. He doesn't have this type of focus. He knows it. Yeah, I'm gonna run right through this, man. 2 rounds, like I said last time. 2 rounds. 2 rounds. I'm screaming out to the whole world. You got to get humbled again to understand you don't judge a book by its cover. How many times does the world got to prove you that?
Every time you get in the ring, we got to prove it, brother.
I'm about to do it again, and I'm going to do it again.
To the day you die, you got to prove it, brother.
Let's go.
That's how it goes.
Mike, I want you there.
I'm there already. What do you mean I want me? I got the tickets.
I want to see you.
I want to see you.
I want to see you right there.
Got me already, man.
Yo, welcome to OTB Boxing School, where we make casual fans real fans. New students, go ahead, subscribe, smash the like button. Old students, smash the like button. Man, y'all know what it is. We got Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Y'all see the credentials on the screen. Looks like almost a 4.5-inch height advantage for Ryan, 3.5-inch reach advantage for Ryan, and we gonna be looking into that. But everybody already know that we are pleased that both of these fighters took this fight. I told y'all after the Rolly Romero fight that I felt like Ryan Garcia was Gervonta Davis's next dance partner. And what do we have? We about to be looking at that. So let's get into it on what we like to see, on what we gonna see. Now I started out with the sparring film from Ryan and Rolly because first of all, I like to find common opponents. Second off, I found that Ryan did something that Tank didn't do the whole fight. And you can see him do it right there when he put Rolly on his back foot. Now, the confidence that Ryan had to put Rolly on his back foot was a confidence that Tank didn't display the whole fight. And we're going to look at Ryan also as we seen win after the clinch, but notice how much he's moving. And I don't expect him to move that much when it comes to Tank, as Rolly was finally able to cut off the ring there. I do believe that that's what this sparring session was directed to. I don't like to use sparring clips because you never know what the purpose of them bringing Ryan Garcia in was. And a lot of times there's a goal at hand. But right here, I want you to notice Ryan's ring IQ. His ring IQ is something that I really gained a lot of respect for within doing the film for him. Because as you can see him picking his moments when he liked to sit down, notice that he doesn't bag up as much as he does in regular fights, and he does tend to put Rolly on his back foot like he's doing right here. Now when Rolly sits down, you see the patented Ryan back up, but look at the confidence that he have in himself because he puts Rolly on his back foot and wins. So he was able to digest that was something that Rolly wasn't able to defend. And that was very impressive given the fact that Gervonta Davis beat Rolly in great fashion. However, he never did this, as we could see Ryan winning again from putting Rolly on the back foot. And that just told me that at some point in this fight, Ryan will win against Gervonta Davis on his back foot, because Tank eats a lot of shots while he's timing you. Now, as you can look at Ryan as he's moving, whenever he does sit down, notice how the jab sets up the hook. We gonna look at some more video and look at some ways that he goes into setting up that patented left hook that he have. But as Rolly finds trouble cutting off the ring, Ryan finally sits down. Look at that punch right there. Ain't that the Gervonta Davis punch? Now let's look at it again. Coming off of a counter, it's a counter overhand right, which for Gervonta Davis was his lead hand. So if Ryan Garcia was able to digest and able to set that shot up and see that shot, not in the magnitude that Gervonta Davis was, just off of pure ring IQ, then I really had to give his ring IQ a couple grades up as we look at Gervonta Davis laying the same counter punch when Rolly opens up on the 1-2. So I really was highly impressed with the fact that Ryan could digest that type of punch in a sparring atmosphere, because there's not any coaching. There ain't no film that went into that. However, he was able to perfectly orchestrate it. Now what I wanted to show you, this was Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna. Now what I wanted to show you was Ryan staying on the line, and when he stays in that head of the championship rounds, and as we see that patented Ryan body shot, that body shot is set up from his ability to work behind the jab and him having such a vast reach advantage on all his opponents whenever he fights at 135, which is another reason I don't expect to see Ryan stay at 135 too much longer after this fight. But right here, I just wanted to show you To-Go hitting him with the same punch that Luke Campbell caught him with. And at that time, I was highly pissed off with Ryan as well as his camp, as it showed me an inability to fix something that you know is a problem. So if we all know that something is a problem and you just neglect to fix it, however, you're still active as a fighter, then it's just a matter of time before somebody capitalizes off of that deficiency. And I really can't wait to see the different ways that Ryan and Coach Joe Goosen is going to counter some of the deficiencies he have with keeping his head and dropping his hands and not holding the phone. But let's get to our boy Tank, because y'all know how hard I am on Tank, and y'all know how great I think Tank is. But let's look at him changing the levels on Hector Garcia as he figured out how to deal with the lead hand. As Hector Garcia had a very active lead hand, Gervonta Davis' jab isn't equally as active. So when he closes distance, a lot of times he just stays off the line to eliminate that lead hand, within changing his movement within head slots and also changing the levels. And that opens up counter abilities for him. As you can see him laying that straight left hand right there. And then he just gets on the jab because he knows that Hector Garcia is on the line. But Ryan's ability to go to the body, as we just seen Hector do right there. See, Tank don't like them body shots. Tank don't like them body shots. He tries to send one back, but he'll take those. And I think that those will be the punch that's instrumental, as well as the jab, in setting up that left hook from Ryan. Now as Tank can't close the distance, Hector just keeps him on his back foot. And Tank just basically says, I'll take that lead hand until I can eliminate that lead hand. You know what I mean? And I think that in the early portion of the fight, this will be Ryan's opportunity to really gain a lot of points. You know what I mean? However, he has to be sure to give Tank different looks. And I'm not sure if Ryan has displayed the ability and the different looks that he'll need to be successful in that aspect. Because as we're going to look at later, Tank eliminates a jab and the lead hand as well as anybody. Look at him brace on that back foot, going to that high guard to eliminate that lead hand, close the distance, and then land that overhand right. That's just pretty goddamn boxing. And it's very fundamental, but people do not pay attention to the fundamentals of boxing, and we reward them at OTB Boxing School. So I couldn't have nothing but popcorn and Skittles and for Gervonta Davis and his ring IQ and ability to make in ring changes. In fight changes. Now what we gonna look at is him laying that right hand, but him set up the overhand. I mean, him laying that straight left hand only to set up the right hand, because his ability to set up his punches is what's gonna be detrimental to Ryan. As Ryan, I believe he'll take one of those punches, but it's gonna be some type of combination. Pending Tank can get the knockdown, or Tank has to set up this knockdown. He's gonna have to move the hands of Ryan Garcia. He'll be very fundamentally sound in this fight as we look at Tank go to the double jab to close the distance, and then land the straight right hand, then come over the top and roll with the shot, go to the body, then go head or gut on that boy. Man, some of the shit he do is just beautiful. Like, I'm talking about, you gotta go to the likes of Sugar Ray Robinson. I got a Sugar Ray Robinson clip of him fighting Jake LaMotta, and in like the 4th or 6th round, he hit Jake LaMotta with that exact combination, roll with the shot, come over the top, and it's just beautiful boxing. Now what Hector Garcia do, and what I wanted to show y'all right here, is how Tank shorten off his punches. How when he gets in a pocket, he wheels short on his punch. He don't sell out every punch, which is why Tank has the highest power punch percentage amongst all boxers. You understand? And that's why him and Errol Spence does that well. Terrence Crawford does that well. The great ones will shorten off their punch as they close the distance, so that you don't be able to get an arm's length behind yours. They shorten off theirs, so they take away your benefit. As we could see Hector Garcia go to the body, and that was clutch right there. And those body shots will be there. Gervonta Tank Davis will give you those body shots, but he don't like them. As you can see him drop his hands almost 2 inches down to his chin right there. And I don't want to see that from Tank. I want you tight. I want you on point the whole fight. I don't want these type of lapses. I don't want to see you fight in spurts. This was the first fight that he didn't fight in spurts, that he fought and boxed the whole fight, with the exception of the Meek Mill fight. And while we on that subject, I don't want to ever see that bullshit in boxing again. If next time it's a fight and I look at and the referee stop the fight, the fucking boxers stop boxing to see who fighting in the stands, because somebody gonna be getting their ass whooped at this Gervonta Tank Davis Hector Garcia fight. It's gonna be fights in the stands, it's gonna be fights in the lobby, it's gonna be fights, goddammit, in Jack in the Box. So I'm telling you right now, keep walking and let them do what they do. But my boxers, I don't expect y'all to stop fighting. Now, I wanted y'all to look at that uppercut that Hector Garcia just landed right there. Because as Tank put them earmuffs on, that uppercut gonna be there for Ryan Garcia. And we know what type of power Ryan Garcia has. We've seen him land in fights with uppercuts and hooks and body shots. We've seen him land shots with all of these things, and Gervonta Tank Davis will give him all of these punches throughout the first 6 to 8 rounds of this fight, until he feels like he's figured you out enough for him to sit on his punches. So if I'm Ryan Garcia, I want to stay behind my jab the whole day. I'm just gonna keep on adding up points, baby. Them all points. Win a round, win a fight. Win a round, win a fight. But in this fight, I don't think that that Ryan Garcia or Gervonta Tank Davis wins this fight. I think that both fighters may even touch the canvas in this fight, as we have already be now that they have already signed into the rematch clause. Yeah, I mean, so, and then right here, what I wanted to show y'all is, oh, Tank can be hit. It ain't like he can't get hit flush. He takes flush hits. But if you look at what Barrios did, for my students at OTB boxing class, look at what it takes. It takes 2-3 looks. It takes a feint. It takes 2-3 punch combinations to finally be able to land that shot on Gervonta Tank Davis. Rolly Romero wasn't patient enough throughout the course of that fight to be able to do so. As we look at Gamboa land that punch, Rolly was successful in landing the same punch, the inside outside left hand, right hand, come back to the right hand, and that punch will be there, but it takes the inside outside fake. Left hand, the move is to move the high guard, right hand to put his head on the line, and then the left hand will be there. Can Ryan Garcia be patient enough? Does he go into this fight thinking that one shot ends this fight? So I just don't know that that this fight isn't too big of a fight, you understand, for both of these fighters to realize the magnitude that it have on their career, for them to be mentally tough enough to withstand the knockdown, in which I believe both fighters will have in this fight. And after that knockdown, I believe that it's going to be hard to score this fight. So I got it as a draw. And let's do it again. What we doing this in April, May, June, July, August. Let's do this again in August or September, once these fighters have become more equipped with the stage in which this fight will present, more equipped with each other as fighters, more equipped with themselves pending adversity. You understand? So given those reasons, I don't feel like either one of these fighters knock each other out. I think that these are two of the best fighters at that weight class, putting them in a 135 weight class. But also Ryan Garcia is 23 years old. He's been a pro since he was 19 or 20. So given the experience in which the kid has, given the type of pressure in which he's always had, being the face of the zone once Canelo Alvarez left, being the face of Golden Boy presently, Ryan Garcia fights with a lot of pressure, and he performs. So given that, I think that he's a mentally tough fighter, and I don't think that he go in there and get knocked out. However, if he does, I challenge us, the boxing community, to still give the fighter who loses this fight the attention, give them the props that's necessary, because this fight is really changing boxing. These fighters fighting each other in their primes is really something that we want to encourage other fighters to do, and we can't do that if we throw the fighter who loses under the bus, if we don't give them an opportunity to gain our respect throughout the course of this fight. So I challenge the boxing community to still support the losing fighter the same way we support the winner, as we are fans of the sport of boxing, not of the individual. Now, I enjoy breaking this fight down with y'all. I enjoy breaking it down for y'all. I got so much film I didn't even use, man. So we gonna be getting back to Capper Fact Fridays on Friday this week, 3:00 p.m. Eastern time. Then we got Trainer Talk Tuesdays. Trainer Talk Tuesdays, in which we gonna look at a clip from the trainer. We gonna digest the clip, and then we gonna see the verbiage of trainers. We gonna start looking into the verbiage of trainers. We gonna start looking into the composure of trainers, and in which we'll give the trainer and the fighter the grade in that episode of Trainer Talk Tuesdays. We'll give them a grade based off of how the fighter responded and the advice that the trainer gave. So we'll be having trainers actually tuned in for that segment. I'm talking to Breadman, I'm talking to Bomac, I'm talking to a few other trainers to see Malik Scott. And then I believe on Thursdays we got me and Lil Rick show. As you know, Fridays the Capper Fact show is that's me and my boy Marcus Now, Ohio Runs Boxing show. So on Thursdays we'll have me and the silver medalist Ricardo Williams gonna be tapping in with OTB Boxing School students, faculty, and all of the above to have some slick talk with Slicky Ricky, and we gonna get to it. He say he got Regis Pro grades on the line, so y'all stay tuned, man. OTB back working, we back going in. So I appreciate everybody tapping in till we tapped out. Please like, subscribe to this video, man, and support these fighters as well as the sport of boxing. Y'all know what it is, man. We out.